Seated on the dais with me, Secretary of the Telecom Department, Neeraj Mittal ji, Abhijit Kishore ji, P. Ramakrishna ji, all my stakeholders in the Telecom and Communications Department present here today, members from industry, the service sector, the department, and members across the spectrum of our telecom universe. Let me first say that it's a pleasure to be here at the launch of the Indian Mobile Congress 2024. And there is a oft-told adage that says that technology is best when it brings people together. And I think there can be no better example than our country, Bharat, the largest democracy in the world, the largest telecom market in the world, the most rapidly growing communications market in the world, probably the only market in the world that has leapfrog technology over the last decade. I do believe that Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's vision very well encapsulated in the theme of this year's IMC. It is technology that will bridge multiple divides in our country. It is technology and communications that will provide a platform of opportunities to every single citizen across the length and breadth of our country. It is communications and networks that will bring together people from the first village of India to people in the central villages of India. And that vision has translated itself over the last decade, wherein revolutionary changes have come about in the telecommunication space across the length and breadth of our country. Whether it is the focus on digital infrastructure, the focus on policy reforms, the focus on ensuring that we bring to bear our domestic capabilities. And these three elements together, forging our country's digital future based on policy reforms, to be able to harness our talent, our domestic talent, to be able to showcase that today on the world stage. The last 10 years have seen that inflection point, that paradigm change take place in India, most importantly in the telecom sector. And I believe that with our mission of Antyodaya, our mission of a digital India mission, that development of a fastest developed telecom market in the world, the fastest 5G deployment in the world, has brought to bear the fact that India no longer is only a consumer of global technology, but India can also be a supplier of global technology. And therefore, it is in this backdrop that 2024 will be a hallmark year, when for the first time on our soil, we will be hosting not one, but two events concurrently. The India Mobile Congress 2024 and the World Telecommunication Standardization Assembly 2024. A domestic and an international combination or sangam, confluence of two events that will really position India on the global stage of the telecom market. The theme today that has been launched, as Prime Minister said, that the future is now. It represents both our capabilities, our achievements, and also the possibilities for the future. The IMC event will be an event which will be a global melting pot. And India has to become a center of such events in the years to come. And I'm glad that our telecom sector is taking the first strides in providing that environment on a global scale within India. We'll have over 400 exhibitors, over 1,000 startups, over 100,000, 150,000 attendees from across 120 countries, all coming together in India. And it will be a time where we will brainstorm on new ideas, we will cogitate, we will collaborate, and we will bring together new ideas for a digital and a connected world across the globe. And on this occasion, let me commit that the Communications Ministry, the Government of India, is not only committed to a transparent process, but I believe the time has come, and I've said this many times before, that today Government of India has moved from the role of being a regulator to the role of being a facilitator. Because in your success lies our success and lies our country's success, ladies and gentlemen. And therefore, I do believe that through this event, we will also celebrate our achievements over the last 10 years. The fact that we have an innovative culture, the fact that we have innate capabilities, the fact that we've had multiples of greater investment, the fact that we have bridged digital divides, the fact that we have provided last mile connectivity, and all of these facts together have combined to show that technology in India is a mode to be able to empower 1.4 billion people, 17% of the world's population that is based in our country. And it is through this resolve that you have seen multiple achievements in the last decade. The fastest 5G rollout has now been accompanied by a commitment towards 6G. taking the 6G technology forward, for which we are in the process of getting almost 127 global patents. Along with that, setting up of 100 5G case labs. And I think Secretary Mittal talked about it. It's not good enough having just the carriageway. It's not good enough just having the content on the carriageway. But it is the rational and proliferative use of that content which is key in India. The adaptation of technology, which is, if at all, only an enabler to enrich lives, to bring about progress, to bring about dividends of growth. And I'm confident that the 5G case labs that we put together will take us on that path going forward in the days to come. Another area of achievement has been the production of telecom equipment. Our PLI scheme for the production of telecom equipment has been a huge success, with close to 3,400 crores worth of investment, 50,000 crores worth of sales, 10,500 crores worth of exports, creation of almost 17,800 new jobs across the length and breadth of India. It has given impetus not only to the idea of Atmanirbhar Bharat, where our balance of trade, if you take mobile and telecom equipment, which was at a negative balance of trade of close to 88,000 crores in 2014, today that negative balance of trade has been narrowed down to only 4,000 crores, which is a 95% delta. A country that manufactured only 5 crore mobiles today manufactures 33 crore mobiles. A country that exported only 1,500 crore worth of mobiles today exports 1,28,000 crores worth of mobiles. A country that exported hardly any telecom equipment today exports 20,000 crores worth of telecom equipment. We've come a long way. We have achieved a lot. And that achievement has been only and only because all of you and all of us have worked together in a partnership. It is partnerships that breed success. It is partnerships that result in outcomes. And as your partner today, I commit to stand by you, to stand with you, and to stand for you in this path of prosperity that we must lead our country to. I'm very happy today that in addition to the IMC launch, we've launched the testing and reimbursement scheme for startup and MSMEs. This too is a seminal moment. A child in its infancy needs all the support that it can give. And in a startup environment, where every cent and every paise counts the difference between today and tomorrow, the government has committed to stand with our MSMEs and our startups and not only help them through the process of certification, but financially also stand by them. Today is another hallmark day where cybersecurity is being ventured upon along with IIT GEM. Today, wars are not only fought on land, but more so are fought in the cloud. And it's important for us to have our firewalls in place to protect our countries, to protect our citizens, to protect our businesses. And we in government are committed to that. We've had the promulgation and the notification of the new Indian Telegraph Act. The vestiges of the colonial past, a 130-year-old act, has been consigned to the flames of history. And a new, robust, modern act has been brought forward. We have notified that act late last month. And I commit to you that within 180 days, which is our deadline, we will have each and every rule notified so that all of you can walk down that path with complete confidence with government by your side. And along with that achievement, as I mentioned, we've also had the most rapid 5G deployment in the world. Almost 4.5 lakh towers that have been laid out. My department and all of us are working on 4G saturation. We are the 5th country in the world to develop our own indigenous 4G stack. And based on the successful implementation and execution of this, we'll be working on 5G and 6G. And similarly, when you look at internet penetration, in the last decade, internet penetration in India has grown by 52%, from a low 14% in 2014 to 67% today. 93 million users across the length and breadth of India. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. And I am confident that under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, a country that followed the world in 4G, a country that marches with the world in 5G, our Bharat will lead the world in 6G, ladies and gentlemen. There are many achievements on the global scale that India has covered. The Prime Minister has been very clear in his resolve that we must achieve the impossible. And two examples of this that stand out. One is the Kani link, the Chennai-Andaman-Nicobar Island link, which cost close to about 1,000 crores. And the second is the Kochi-Lakshadweep Island submarine OFC fiber link, which cost about 1,200 crores. From both these imperatives, it is clear that India is branching outwards. She will not only connect every citizen within her realm, but she will also connect internationally in the days to come. Secretary talked about the 5G intelligent villages. I think that is extremely seminal in our journey. Technology is an enabler. Adaptation of that technology is key. And here is an example where the 10 villages where we are going to connect with 5G, software and applications for the proliferation of that 5G technology must be explored by industry in the days to come. So we are at the tip of an iceberg, I believe. There are many, many more opportunities that lie in front of us. And I believe that the IMC 24, the India Mobile Congress 24, and the WTSA 2024 are great opportunities for us to be able to forge those relationships that will be the Jwalamukhi for technology to permeate, to be born, to be innovated, and to be proliferated, not only across the length and breadth of our country, but across the world from our country. As Stephen Hawking once said, that intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. That opportunity is here and now for us in India. Technology and adaptation of that which is within our grasp. And therefore, on this day, where on the one hand, I'd like to congratulate all the awardees of the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Telecom Excellence Awards, they stand out as beacons that we aspire to. Companies that have made routers, companies that have made network technologies, companies in the service arena that have truly taken India's brand across the 7 seas. And along with these captains of industry, I would urge all of you to collaborate, come together. And the government of India stands with you, stands by you, stands for you in taking our mashal forward to lead us into a global leader of the telecom industry in the years to come. My heartiest congratulations to the IMC members, and I look forward to being with you on that very important period from the 15th to 18th of October. Thank you very much for having me.